Hello, and welcome to another Chess Novice video. Today, I will be teaching the basic mates for beginners. So still a beginner's video. These are the only one I feel qualified to teach because, well, I myself is hard to even consider anything more than a beginner. One could argue. I can tell that my video settings is 10 frames per second. I'm gonna fix this for the next video. Sorry for the low frame rate. But since it's chess, it shouldn't matter too much as long as my voice can be heard. Okay, so first of all, the first mate I'm gonna teach you, the first mate is the queen mate with a queen. So king and queen versus king. Okay, now let me click this enforce legal moves, so I'm sure not to make any illegal moves. So I'm gonna introduce you to a concept called the box. The box, okay. So the box is basically making a box for your enemy king, so that he cannot move, other than inside the box. So okay, if we want to inbox this guy, let's say we want to, well, the first very important thing is to know that we want to get him to one of the very edges of the board. So one of these edges. As you can see, my mouse is lagging quite a lot. That's because I'm recording at 10 frames per second. Makes the upload size quite much more, yeah, easier to handle. Okay, so we want to make a box. Now there are easy ways this would set up a box, but now let's just go for it slow and steady. So right now the black king has pretty much the entire board to go around. Let's give this check. Now he has to move either here or here. So let's say he moves here. Okay. We've just basically made this box. Okay, so we have the second rank here. He can't go past this, and he can't go past the G file. Okay, that's very good. But okay, how do we shrink the box now? There's no real, well, easy way to do it. So okay, well, we need our king maybe to help. Well, our queen can't checkmate alone, so we might as well just bring our king in. Okay, so we move here and here, and we want to tighten the box now. Okay, king F2. Where can he go? He can't go here, can't go here, so he has to go here or here. Okay, so let's say he goes here. We move a king up. We kind of use our king as a blockade, right? It's quite smart. Okay, where does he want to go? Here. Give this check. So now we're limiting him to only the top 4 ranks, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th rank. So let's say he goes here. Now let's use our king once again to help push him up. Okay, where does he want to go? He has to go up one of these ranks. Let's say he goes here. Oh, he can't go there, sorry, my bad. He has to go here or here. Let's say he goes here. Well, let's use our king again to get in front and start helping pushing, right? Let's say he goes here. Now we have this, and now we have limited him to the last 2 files or ranks, sorry. So he can only walk around up in these top ranks, right? That's no good for him. So we are using our queen and king in combination to kind of drive his king to the edge of the board. It's a very important thing to remember. Use both of your pieces. You can actually do it with only the queen, but it takes a hell of a lot longer. Sorry for swearing. It takes a lot longer. Okay, now what does he want to do? Go here? Okay. We give this check. Now he only has 1 square to go to. Okay, so now we have this position. Now this is very critical. Can we, I'm gonna ask you now and you're gonna answer in your own head and see if you're right. Can we use our king to get closer to checkmate him now? Can we move up here? The answer is no. Why can't we do that? Well, let's say we do move up here. Where's the king supposed to go? Look, he can't go here, here, here. So it's a stalemate, which means it's a draw and white didn't win. So we don't want to go there, right? Okay, so what could be a natural thing to do? We have him in the corner right now, which means since the queen is here, if we move the queen, well, let's say down here, we're limiting him to these squares. So he's on the very edge of the board right now. That's where we want him. He only has one legal move, because he can't move out on the G file. So he has to move to H7. Now, we need our king and queen in combination to mate him. So what would be a very natural move here in order to set up mate? So right now, whatever, if you do this move that I'm thinking of, no matter what he does, he will be mated on the next move. Remember, you need your queen and king in combination. Okay, so the move is king f6. Now, he has two legal moves. My dog is going crazy outside. But whatever. He can go king h6 and king king h6 and king h8. Let's take both of those examples. King h6, we have three mates actually. We have queen g7, g6 checkmate, he can't go anywhere. We have king h2 checkmate, queen h2 checkmate, he can't go anywhere. And we have queen h1 checkmate. I'll say, if you have a queen, just go for this one. This is the one, this works. And you're pretty sure. But you can do any of them if you feel like it. Okay, so that's the way to mate. Let's quickly do it again. Let's make a box for him. Let's use both our pieces in combination. Let's see, we want to drive him towards one of the edges of the board. Okay, and set up the box. So now we've limited him to this box, right? Very nice. And keep using our king to push him up the board. Where does he want to go now? Here or here? Right? You see, that's the only legal moves he has. So let's say he goes here. Okay. Set up the box. This is how I would do it. It's maybe not the fastest. You can probably mate him faster than this, but it works. And it's a mate, and you're gonna mate him. So just keep it simple, and yeah, you get it. And you can work on improving how fast you can do it. So he doesn't want to go to the edge of the board. He knows he's gonna be mated there. He can be mated in the middle, but let's say we want to get him to this edge of the board. So he goes here. Well, what would be logical? Keep hunting him with the king, right? Okay, so if he starts running, well, we just chase him down with our king until suddenly he gets to the very edge and we can make a box. Bam, right? Now, that's not comfortable. At one point he would have to, let's go back here. At one point, let's say we keep chasing him, he would have to, if we kept chasing and didn't use the queen, he would have to step in front of the king, and we can get him to the back rank or to the end by this, and he has to move to one of these three squares. And again, we would do the same thing. So, okay, let's say here we make a box instead. So, just to use the box principle, well, he has to move to one of these two squares. Let's say he moves here. We do this to only give him these two squares. And if he goes to this legal square, well, we go here and we limit him to these two. Okay, now he can move, and we move our king up, and okay, we have some mates here. How many mates do we have? We have, well, can you tell me? We have one. King b7, queen b7. I keep calling it a queen. King, queen b7 mate. Okay, so let's go into positional setup, and let's do this instead. I think we have time for this. So the principle here in the rook and king endgame is the same. We want to make a box for him. So this one is going to take a little longer, but okay, let's start here. So there we go. He doesn't want to go here because he's already limited to two files, right? The second file and the first file. He doesn't want to do that. So he goes, let's say he goes up here. He attacks the rook. Okay, let's go up here. Again, we use our king to start driving him back. Okay, let's say he goes here. we start squeezing the box, right? Well, let's say he goes up here. Again, we can go and use our king to squeeze him in. And we're not really using the rook to create a box. He cannot go here, but he can go here. But okay, then we move the rook up. And right now we're just driving him back to the 8th rank here, where we're going to checkmate him. Okay, so he starts running from us. Okay, well, what do we do if he starts running? We're going to chase him with the king. Okay, he starts running. He doesn't want to go up because he's going to get closer to the back rank. So again, I'm not going to do the fastest maze. I'm just going to do the one that works. So keep chasing him. And when he reaches the end of the board, we still chase after him because now we're forcing him to step in front of our king. Otherwise, he has to step back. So he steps in front of the king. Now, how can we push his king even further back, further up the board? How can we do that? Rook G5, check. Now he has these 3 legal squares. He doesn't want to go to this one. He's limiting himself to the edge of the board. So he goes towards the center. Now any square is good. We just go here, and he starts running to the center of the board. Now we can step in front of him, but then we just start dancing like this. And we're never gonna really drive him up the board. So, in case he just goes here, we put our rook on the other side. Okay, well, if he steps in front of our king now, we push him back. And he doesn't want to do that. So, he starts running. And we push him up, and he starts, and we go here. And okay, let's say this is the position now, and we start dancing forwards and backs like this. Are there any other ways to do it? Let's just do one more move here. Okay, so we kind of like wanted to make it his turn to move while having the same position, kind of. So how can we make it his time to his move? Well, we do what it's called a waiting move. We move a piece that doesn't really do anything but forces him to do something. So if we move our rook 1 square over here, it's basically the same position, but it's black's turn to move, and he doesn't want to have his move. But we've just said, you know what? It's your move. Deal with it. So okay, well, he doesn't want to step in front of a king for obvious reasons. We drive him back to the very back rank, so he starts running. I'm just going through these moves very quickly because it's the only way he can run. But now he has to step in front of a king. Damn. What do we do? Well, obviously we check him to drive him back to the back rank. Okay. Now we step in front of him. He starts running towards the center. And what do we do here? Well, if we chase him, we do the dance, and it's very nice, but it doesn't do anything, right? Okay, so what can we do? Well, as we did before, we bring the rook to the other side of the king. So now he starts running, and this is the final chase. He's on the edge of the board. We're just about to mate him. Now, the whole thing about mating the king is that we force him to stand in front of our king. But he's on the edge of the board. Okay, so we move over here. Now he steps in front of the king, and now when we check him with the rook, it's not only a check. What is it? It's checkmate. The king cannot go here. The king cannot go here. The king cannot stay on the square and cannot go here and here and here because the king is covering it. So that has. So now you know, and you have mastered. If you practice it, you should practice maybe. So just so you are aware, and if you aren't completely comfortable with doing these mates, you should check them out again. Yeah, you now know how to mate with a queen and how to mate with a rook. So now you can win these positions. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, goodbye.